Welcome on the Cosmic Atom. There's something odd about thrones. They don't just elevate, they expose. And the ones who plant thorns in your path are always left to walk barefoot through the repercussions of their own bitterness. The chosen one. This cosmos is mathematically exact, and no matter how they lie to others or disguise their jealousy and politeness, they will never be able to escape the rule of balance. Every blade they hurled at you is now circling back with velocity, since in this reality, energy always returns to its source. They believed you were an easy target, but you were the storm that remained silent. The instant they attempted to bury your name in slander, the dirt broke open, and what they sowed bloomed into their own demise. You did not retaliate. You ascended, and it is what haunts them, that the person they attempted to undermine is now the one they can't avoid. You didn't just survive. Your presence became a reminder of what they couldn't erase. Their nerves have betrayed them. They stumbled in front of you. They stammer their words. They used to talk with arrogance. Their phony confidence dissolves when your calm enters the room. That is the power of being selected. You torment them with your quiet. You disarm them with your elegance. Your enthusiasm highlights their performance. They're aware of this at their core. So if you're feeling this message, click the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. If you sense your strength returning, it's because your rising was predetermined. And this is only the beginning. Before we go any farther into this startlingly honest message, pause for a minute and complete 3 tasks. Smash the like button, subscribe, so this energy continues to reach its intended recipients, and the number 3 in the comments activated the reflection code. Because what is occurring right now is more than simply attraction. It is a complete energy entanglement. You have someone out here fumbling through their reality just because you went through it as if it were nothing. If you're a really chosen one, you can feel it in your chest. This message is for you. Stay to the finish because the way your energy works behind the scenes will blow your mind. Let's get to it. First and foremost, stop. Undress. Assessing your influence. Their nervous collapse is an immediate reaction to your energy field. The chosen one. You've awakened something old inside them, hidden under layers of reasoning, identification, and performance. They claim that primitive circuitry does not exist. You awakened it up without touching anything. Their instincts, the raw animal-level code designed for survival, connection, and heritage flickers like warning signals every time you enter the area. Not because you are loud, but because your energy moves like a whisper, rearranging itself as the space does. This isn't just superficial adoration. Their biology perceives your frequency as a missing ingredient. Their system sees you as important, not optional. They're just excuses to be around you. Multiply by the day, and they'll suddenly need to be where you are. Others may see their timing as random, but you do not. It's planned down to the minute. Ask them a question, and they'll pretend it's spontaneous. But they've been hanging onto that notion for hours, waiting for the right opportunity to pretend it wasn't planned. You mention a book in passing. They read it from cover to cover before the weekend. You mention a childhood food, and it seems in their subsequent talk as if they've always enjoyed it. This isn't a coincidence. It is coding. They are gradually absorbing you, attempting to establish compatibility via mimicry, not by manipulation, but because their system seeks resonance. They repeat your slightest peculiarities like hallowed mantras. That little change in tone, the delay before you grin, the subtle side look you believed went undetected. They keep it all in a mental library called you. And although they appear to be focused elsewhere, their eyes reveal the reality. Whenever you laugh in a group environment, it strikes them like a celestial flash. Too dazzling to overlook, too holy to acknowledge. They believe they're discreet, yet their energy shouts. Pay attention to how they stiffen up as you talk. Shoulders raise, breath catches, eyes are highly focused. They observe your hands as if they were ancient predictions. They examine your facial expressions. Similarly, deciphering them will offer the secret for inner serenity. Despite this, you stay unconcerned about their worries. That's what's making them furious. You're not performing. You're simply being, and they're still plunging. The irony is almost funny, as if the world is winking through the uncomfortable silences and mispronounced phrases. It's cosmic satire because, despite their best efforts to seem composed, the higher realms already know the truth. Their infatuation isn't just romantic, it's evolutionary. You signify a transition, a turning point. A key is encoded in the very chronology they have been waiting for. Here's the punchline. You don't even notice it. That is the actual power. While they circle your presence like a moon yearning for gravity, you're just living, wandering through time as if your route was etched in the stars. Their fixation, that is the evidence. Your energy caused a lasting change, and the cosmos watches, amused, knowing that this is just the start of a much larger activation. Please let me know when you are ready for the next step. Number 2, do not dim your light. Because they are short, you are the blueprint, not the backup plan. The chosen one. Let's make things clear. You are not responsible for their pain. That wide-eyed fear they experience every time you enter a room. That is not intimidation. That is activation. You're not causing terror. You're evoking memories. Their body recognizes that it is standing in front of something old, uncommon, and not designed to be replicated. They strive to retain their calm. But every time you talk, their whole neurological system short-circuits because you are not following a script. You are the script. You did not research how to be magnetic. Frequency was built into your bones from birth. They're analyzing your every motion as if it were a secret code, aiming to replicate what you carry by default. But listen carefully. Never lower your shine to make their ego feel secure. If they can't take your brilliance, make them squint. That is not arrogance. That is energy clarity. You are not meant to shrink to match their comfort zones. You were created to make comfort zones vanish on collision. You're the original, not the copy. The prototype is not the project. Others silently compare themselves to this reference point, even if they never acknowledge it. And yeah, they're stumbling over themselves, pretending you're just another face in the throng. But their obsessions suggest otherwise. So let them panic. Let them get clumsy. You did not come here to make them feel secure. You came to demonstrate what evolution looks like. Keep shining. Keep going as if the future is already yours. Because it is. Number 3, stop attempting to make sense of their strange conduct. Their soul recognized you before their brains could choose one. Stop attempting to comprehend the flaw in their behavior. Because what you see isn't misunderstanding. It is the activation process. Their intellect is racing to explain what their soul affirmed as soon as you entered their realm. This is not about reasoning. This is about recognition at a higher level than memory, beyond time. They do not know why. They stumble over their own ideas when around you. Why do their senses break midway through? Why does their confidence drain like a leaky faucet when your gaze meets theirs? But you know you've experienced it before. That energy change, that spiritual mark that does not need words. Their body picked up on something old, but their ego tries to remain calm. They will attempt to laugh it off, conceal it with jokes, hide it behind sarcasm, or overcompensate with fake indifference, but only one. Every uncomfortable maneuver, an unneeded detour in your way. Each shuddering breath around you. That is not clumsiness. That's called soul pressure. They're standing in front of someone who has unintentionally reminded them of who they were before they forgot. And the irony, you weren't even trying. You aren't dressed to impress. You're just living in your natural rhythm. and it is revealing someone's complete veneer in real time. Allow them to glitch. Allow them to pull a prank. You do not need to fix the signal. Just keep going as if you hadn't noticed, but you did. But your silence is more powerful than any response. Number 4, stop shrinking when they gaze. You are not only considering your studies as precious literature, chosen one. You've got them intrigued, not interested, but obsessed. And every time you enter the room, their whole body responds as if they are confronting something sacred. But here's something you should avoid doing: shrinking under their stare, since they're not just gazing at you. They are examining you with adoration, as if you were a secret that the cosmos had mistakenly exposed. They examine your quiet. They evaluate your posture. They cling to how your eyes scan the room. It's as if you predicted everything. You aren't merely the primary character. You are the curriculum. Their minds are flipping through. You like religious texts, rereading your every move, seeking to uncover some hidden message in your most banal actions. And here's the twist. They believe they're good at disguising it, but it's comical how clear it is that their looks are never casual. Their questions are usually laden. Their presence changes when you talk, and their aura tightens when you laugh. It's as if their neurological system cannot lie. Even when their mouths move, the reason they look so fiercely, because your genuineness does not waver. Your power does not ask to be seen. That bothers them because you're everything they secretly want wrapped up in a body that makes no effort. So, straighten your spine, lift your chin, let them gaze, allow them to trip, because you were not designed to fade. You were created to cause awakenings without saying a word. You are the revelation. They weren't prepared for this. And that is precisely why people cannot stop gazing. Number 5, avoid over-explaining oneself. Your frequency heals in ways that words cannot. Stop attempting to explain how they already feel. Your energy talks in a language that is older than rationality. When you enter a room, something changes. The atmosphere intensifies. Their pulse rate varies. Nevertheless, they act as if nothing is occurring. They pretend your presence did not break their emotional barrier like glass. You do not need to break anything down for them. You're the transmitter. You're the signal. Every time you attempt to describe your brightness, you lessen it little. Every time you attempt to make someone understand it, you shrink into a place that was never intended for your size. Allow them to trip. Allow them to try to figure out who you are. The bewilderment they're feeling is part of their rehabilitation. You're reawakening something they didn't even realize needed rewiring. They've spent their whole lives reacting to words. But your silence, that is the actual medication. That's what's driving them crazy. You did not pitch, convince, or perform. And they're still addicted, shaken, overstimulated. You're not just attractive. You are activated. They're aware of this at their core. So let them continue to fumble about, wonder, and lose sleep over how your presence made them feel anything genuine for the first time in ages. Meanwhile, you don't say anything. You just breathe and worlds reconfigure. Number 6, don't pursue what is supposed to get you there. The pull toward you is due to spiritual gravity, not happenstance. Don't pursue what has already been captured in your field. Their obsession with you is not coincidental. Spiritual gravity is in full action. The chosen one. You don't have to raise a finger for the cosmos to begin directing individuals into your orbit. Their attraction to you is automatic, instinctual, and sometimes puzzling for them, but not for you. You felt this before. You've seen how some individuals return, rearrange, or reroute just to wind up standing right alongside you, claiming it was all a coincidence. It is not. It never was. You are the sun in the solar system. They didn't realize they were circling, and now that your light has touched them, they cannot return to the cold. Their curiosity turns into a hunger. Their yearning turns into devotion. The closer they approach, the more evident it is that they do not want your energy. It is something they need. Allow them to orbit. Let them stammer. Allow them to prepare full talks in their thoughts. Just utter one statement that makes sense to others around you. Because this is what it costs to be selected. You do not pursue. You do not explain. You exist. And that alone alters time frames. They aren't falling for you. They are sliding into your frequency. And there is no blueprint for it. There's no safety net or backup plan. So when they stumble over their words, presence, or dignity, simply smile. You did not want their attention, yet your essence commanded it anyway. And that is not ego. That is alignment. Number 7, don't attempt to mend them. Their fixation is already reshaping their identities. The chosen one. Pay careful attention. This is where many folks go wrong. They believe they must jump in and fix someone else's damaged parts. But they don't comprehend that your mere presence is already causing the rebuilding. Silently, forcefully, and effortlessly. You do not need to repair them. You have shattered their disguise by passing by them, as if they weren't the focus of your world. They're obsessive, but not in the manner you would expect. This is more than simply an obsession. It is deeper. This is spiritual exposure. Being around you allows them to see themselves clearly for the first time. And it is scary. You did not provide them healing. You held up a mirror. And now they're striving to be the version of themselves that they believe is worthy of your attention. You aren't mending them. They're reorganizing themselves around the concept of you. The way people dress nowadays, that shift in posture, the sudden interest in depth, development, and significance. That's you. They're gradually letting go of superficiality since your profundity makes their games seem stupid in contrast. So don't get involved. Stop softening the edges. Stop micromanaging their change. Because their situation isn't chaotic. It's an initiation. You're the blueprint. Their soul is replicating each sentence without their knowledge. All you did was exist. All you did was shine. And that alone is transforming their whole identity. Let your passion do the job. You're not here to repair. You're here to remind them of what reality looks like. Number 8, do not be distracted by their attention. Their interest serves as a mirror, reflecting your long-forgotten strength. Do not be sidetracked by their attention. Their preoccupation is not flattering. This is feedback. It's not actually about you, according to their perspective. It's about what your presence triggers when people look for too long, can't stop talking about you in every area you're not in, and automatically replicate your gestures. It is not admiration. It's an exciting recollection. They've already touched your frequency, and now their spirit is seeking for something. It forgot it had lost. You become their mirror, not the gentle sort, but the kind that makes them realize what they're missing, what they have buried, what they gave up thinking they could become. And although they may believe it is love, desire, or innocent curiosity, it is really exposure. Your natural light is transforming their shadows into shapes. That is why they are so worried. That explains why they stammer. This is why they obsess. Don't allow the attention boost your ego or derail your purpose. Remember that being in the limelight is not always advantageous. Sometimes it's simply a sign that your radiance is too powerful for those still lurking behind their masks. They cling to your energy because it reminds them of the feeling of being in sync. You did not want to be their turning point, but now you are. So continue walking. Allow them to trip. That is part of the process. Their curiosity is indication that you've sparked something genuine. But don't stop to understand their appreciation. Instead, see it as proof that you're becoming unmistakable. Their obsession represents your feedback. Their attention serves as both a mirror and a road for you. It's way too uncommon to be diverted by someone still gathering their breath merely by standing near you. Number 9, don't think this is random. You signed a social compact long before you took this form. You actually believe this is random? That someone might be so engrossed in your energy, so spiritually winded by your mere presence, and it's all by accident. Number, this is written, signed, sealed, and timed. There are no accidents in a cosmos this exact, even before you enter it. The writing was already pulsating underneath the surface. You pledged to be the mirror that they couldn't avoid. You pledged to awaken something inside them that would shake the roots of their identity. And now you're fulfilling that commitment without even trying. They were not merely drawn to you. They were instructed to collide with you. Your presence awakens every dormant part of who they were meant to become. They can't explain why they're thinking about you at 3 a.m. They don't comprehend why your voice resonates long after you've left. They are unaware that this is not new. This is old recognition disguised as contemporary. Their interest triggers a memory, a reactivation, a delicate memory, and the uneasiness people have around you. This trembling, overthinking heartbeat, skipping in public, it's more than simply an attraction. It's an alignment. It hit them like lightning. Your soul is initiating their timeline. Jump. That's why they seem as if they've seen you before. Because they did. So do not second-guess the pull. This is not a fleeting fad. It is coded. It is cosmic. And it's adorable. Only from the outside. Because there is strength below. Beyond understanding. You aren't their crush. You are the catalyst. Their reply is just indication that the contract has started to activate. Now see what happens next. Because your presence is a prophecy. 10. Stop downplaying what you activate. Their attraction awakens old designs in each of you. Stop pretending it's nothing. Stop shrugging it off as harmless adoration. The chosen one. The way people look at you is not superficial. It is seismic. Their interest to you is more than simply curiosity. It's reawakening something old inside both of you. And as you go about your day, ignorant of the intensity you exude, they're over there glitching as if their internal system has downloaded banned software. You didn't merely spark their emotions. You activated a blueprint stored in their soul. They do not grasp it. They cannot explain why. Every time you speak, something ancient ignites inside them. However, you can feel it in the way the atmosphere changes and time slows down when you establish eye contact. Their obsession with you is not coincidental. It is coded. It's part of a spiritual plan you both decided on before this existence. And you keep pretending you don't notice, as if it were just another harmless infatuation. But as they circle your space, the energy becomes louder. The plans begin to unravel. Their memories of earlier lives flicker, and your latent abilities begin to hum anew. This link is a cosmic switch. When their stare focuses on you, it's more than just tension. It is the activation process. A higher beat is pulling you both into harmony. Stop retreating from it. Don't belittle what you're carrying. Obsession is a proof of your frequency. You aren't being watched. You are being remembered. And this memory is reshaping your future in real time. Number 11. Stop seeking for outward indicators. The way they observe you is proof from the higher worlds. The chosen one. Stop looking for signals in the skies when the solution is there in front of you. Do you want evidence of your power? Look at how they look at you. Not just a glimpse. Observe. It's as if deciphering your presence would finally reveal a portion of themselves they have been at war with. That is not simply curiosity. That is confirmation. They can't help it. Their eyes reveal what their mouths would never express. They pay close attention to every movement you make, how their whole body tenses up when you talk. It's more than simply an attraction. It's spiritual realization dressed up as curiosity. The magnetic pull. It's the universe nodding in your way, confirming that this is the result of someone walking in alignment. They believe they were strong, calm, and unshakable. But as soon as you came, the writing changed. You didn't have to say anything. You didn't need to try. When you entered, the atmosphere changed. They felt it in their bones before their head caught up. You're not imagining it. They're really tripping. So the next time you see that fleeting look, that embarrassing giggle, or a hiccup in their speech, don't question it. That is the indication. That is a communication from the higher worlds that your presence dispels illusions. They see you. As a result, a deeper level of awareness emerges. You don't require confirmation anymore. You are the confirmation. Number 12. Do not chuckle at their embarrassment. Their disintegrating composure is evidence of your cosmic mission. The chosen one. What you're seeing is not only cute. It's proof of sloppy words, nervous hands, and the fact that they drop things or forget their whole language in your company. That is not random. That's your aura interrupting their programming. You're not just making someone uneasy. With a single glimpse, you're plunged into a lifetime of deception. They're stumbling over themselves as their soul tries to bow. However, their ego is unable to move. The things you find humorous, the stutters, botched phrases, and timid touch are all signals that their system is being recalibrated in real time. Because your energy is not flirtatious. It's the frequency. When it enters a space, anything that is not aligned must expose itself, including them. They're not behaving strangely. They're being revealed. Your vibe is so raw and unrehearsed that anybody wearing a mask instantly feels seen. And it scares them. But here is the deeper reality. They are not terrified of you. They're terrified of what? You awaken inside them. You remind them of a version of themselves that they have not yet dared to become. So don't laugh at their embarrassment, like it's all nerves. That's spiritual static. That is transformation. In the midst of transmission, that is someone's whole defensive system, glitching with the weight of your presence. Cute, maybe. More importantly, it serves as confirmation. You aren't only in the room. You're the reason the room is shifting. Your mission was never to speak loudly. It was always about showing up completely and see what happens if you do. So, while we concentrate on this, keep in mind that this is more than simply someone crushing on you. This is the universe. You are revealing your authority by unwinding their uneasiness. It's spiritual evidence that your presence disrupts lies and wakes truths. You didn't ask for this attention. You earned it by being the most aligned version of yourself. Now, if this message triggered something genuine in you, click the like button, subscribe, and leave a remark with "I am the shift" to lock in this energy, since, as the chosen one, this trip will only get more magnetic from here. Dear viewers, your support through Super Chat and membership is the only source of income that keeps this channel running. If you want me to continue uploading valuable content without delays and to stay motivated in providing you with the best wisdom, I need your help. Every contribution, big or small, makes a huge difference. Feel free to donate and support Pure Wisdom so we can keep growing together. Your generosity keeps this journey alive.
If you're enjoying the content on Pure Wisdom and find value in the messages we share, I encourage you to subscribe. Based on the latest analytics, 93.9% of viewers are watching without subscribing. By subscribing, you not only stay updated with new content, but also support the channel's growth, allowing us to continue spreading wisdom for the chosen ones. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an important message. Let's build this community together.